Great,
Yeah.
thank you. You are 15 questions away from the million. Are you ready to go?
Okay, 100
Have a
euros
look at
again.
this
So.
for 100 euros.
My voice was starting to get a bit tense, so I had to let it go. So, Imran's Khan's wife is called Petal, Jemima, Tulip, Poppy. That'd be Jemima.
Good start. You have 100 euros.
Yeah, there's really, I think I said his last game. There's not really that many. I think there's one more county question
Okay,
left I've
let's
not
crack
shown
on
this
for
game.
200
this
euros.
challenge so far. In South's one, who currently presents the Late Late Show? Pat Kenny, Zig and Zag, Dustin, Hodge. That'd be Pat
You
Kenny.
think it's A?
And Pat Kenny replaced Gabe Byrne, who actually
It's right.
retired from that show to be the host of the Irish version of Billionaire. I think Pat Kenny was the host.
So
I don't think
far,
he's the
so
current
good.
host currently.
Take a look at
of
this
the Late
for
Late Show.
300 euros.
You two had a major hit with the album Crackle, Bang, Snap, Pop. Pop 3 times in
think it's
1976.
The right answer.
That's the mnemonic that
300
remembers
euros.
me about all the YouTube questions. Pop being their album, 3 times when he won the amount in the 2001 Grammys.
Answer this one.
And then 76, of course, when he found it.
500 euros.
Which of these is one of the 4 main rabbits in The Tale of Peter Rabbit? Cotton Candy, Cotton Bud, Cottontail, Cotton Cloth. That'd be Cottontail.
You think it's C? That's the right answer. 500 euros for you.
Wait, this is for 80, so.
Remember, you still have all 3 lifelines left. You have reached the first stage where you will get to keep what you win. For 1,000 euros, take a crack at this one. Here it is.
Where is the Great Barrier Reef? China, Ireland, Australia, America. It's in Australia.
You think it's C? No doubts? You looked like you knew what you were doing,
That's
and
80,
you
so.
did. That's the right answer. You just won 1,000 euros. You have 1,000 euros. You keep that. Here's the next question for 2,000 euros. You have nothing to lose. Give it a whirl.
Okay, for 2,000. What kind of creature is Stuart Little in the film with the same name? A cat, a mouse, a dog, a bird. That'd be a mouse, and
You think
Stuart
it's
was one
B.
of 3 films you watch a lot when I was a child, actually. The other 2 people
Now
wondering
you're really
was
moving. You have yourself
Chit
2,000
Chit Bang from
euros.
1968 and the 1998 remake of The Parent Trap, actually. They are films I used to watch a lot when I was a kid.
Okay, you're doing fine. The money is starting to build up now, but the questions are also getting harder. So remember, you have as much time as you need. Here is 4,000's worth.
Alright, for 4,000, so. Which boxing champion was nicknamed the Brockton Blockbuster? Rocky Marciano, Floyd Patterson, George Foreman, Sonny Liston. That'd be Rocky Marciano, and I will maintain to the day I die. Rocky Marciano was the greatest heavyweight boxing champion of all time. No one comes
You were
close.
right to go with that. You now have 4,000 euros.
I mean, go 4-9-0 in your career in a heavyweight division, yet if people come close, they choke. I mean, Holmes was close, Foreman was close. I mean, yeah.
You seem to be in good form. Are you ready to go for the next one? 4,000 euros worth. Here comes the question.
Okay, half a point this time, so. Who designed the original O'Connell Bridge? Berg, Gondon, Connolly, Pierce. That'd be gone. This is a question.
You think
it
it's
seems like
B.
you know what's funny is like I missed a question one time. I write in my self
Onward and
analysis.
upward. You now
I
have
and
8,000
I do it,
euros.
and I keep a separate diary actually of just my personal reflections of it all. I might actually read that out. Once the challenge is over. So I wrote it out one
You're
time. I
on
just remembered
8,000
actually.
euros. The next question is worth 16,000. Concentrate. Think about the answer. Here goes.
Yeah. Okay. Which artist painted The Scream? Edvard Munch, Peter Paul Rubens, Franz Hals, Henri Matisse. That'd be Edvard Munch.
You think it's
And
A.
they actually misspelled Peter Paul Rubens actually.
Well done. You've just won 16,000 euros. You still have all 3 lifelines left. You have 50-50, phone a friend, and ask the audience. The last answer got you 16,000 euros. You are flying. Here is 32 grand's worth. Look it over, think it over, decide whether you want to go for it.
Okay. This is for 85, so... Who designed Bucyrus? Stan Stevenson, Arthur O'Neill, Michael Scott, Michael Hunt. That's what she said!
You think it's C.
Oh.
You needed to get this right to reach 32,000 euros. And you did. It's the right answer.
I think it might be 2, actually, of the counting questions. I think Cladaring is one I know, and Christy Ring the Horror. I think Christy Ring might have actually been early in the challenge, but I just can't remember for some reason.
Very well played. You now have 32,000 euros.
But I know one
This
for
is
sure that's not been
guaranteed to
shown
be
about
the
counting
least that you
questions,
can
and that's
The next question is worth
that's
64,000 euros, and you have nothing to lose by
the
answering
Cladaring
it.
is in
Take your
Galway,
time.
actually.
It's big
So
money. Here is the question.
okay. Okay. Zebu is a species of butterfly, ox, bird, tree. That'd be an ox.
You think it's B. 32,000 euros is a lot of money. But so is 64,000, which is what you've just won. The next question is worth 125,000 euros, but there is a built-in loss of 32,000 if you should be unlucky enough to get it wrong. Have a look at it. Remember, you don't have to play. You can leave now with 64,000 euros.
Okay. Glenstall Abbey is in which Irish county? Cork, Tipperary, Limerick, Galway. That'd be Limerick.
You think it's C.
Tipperary is old. There's only one
You
question
when you answered,
that has Tipperary as
loss
option.
built
It's
into the question of 32,000 euros.
I think it's Farney Castle.
But you didn't lose. You now have 125,000 euros.
I'm pretty sure Farney Castle's like the only one I know is where Tipperary is. I think in terms of counties, there's only one answer choice. I think it's. I know Sligo has one, Mayo has one.
You have
Wicklow has one.
125,000
I think
euros.
Leitrim
We are
has one.
Delira and Exira.
I might do
You
a
now
separate
have
video once the
question
challenge is over.
13. It's
Just
worth
going
a
over
quarter
all
of
the
a million
Irish
euros.
county questions, how you
You
can
don't have to play
memorize
it.
them.
You
So.
can take the money you run, but it doesn't cost a cent to look at it. Here it is.
All right, for 250,000. So. What sort of creature is a Miller's dumb? Fish, spider, beetle, butterfly. It's a fish.
You think it's A. You could have walked away with a cheque for 125,000 euros. You can't now. Now if you walk away, you will leave with 250,000. You are now just 2 questions away from 1 million euros. Whatever happens, you have done remarkably well. You have 250,000. You now have the chance to play for 500,000. Look at the question, reason it through, decide whether or not you want to play. Remember, get this wrong, you will go right back to 32,000 euros. So, take your time.
500,000.
Here is the question.
A wanderer is a type of fish, monkey, bird, tree. The monkeys must never find out. I think that's the exact same one when I did a 90 in the afternoon. It's funny because that 90 occurred 10 hours ago, actually. I've been awake since then. So.
Or lose 218,000. One or the other. You made your call. You went for it. Congratulations, you're now worth 500,000 euros.
I'll say Yarborough to be the bridge hand.
You still have all 3 lifelines left. You have 50-50, phone a friend, and ask the audience. You have won 500,000 euros, but we would love to see you leave the game as a millionaire. You have done fantastically well. The next question is all that stands in your way. Get it right, you have won 1 million euros. Remember, you don't have to go for it. You can quit right now and not risk losing what you have won. Whatever your decision, we wish you the best of luck, and congratulations for being a great contestant. This is the question for 1 million
Alright, this
euros.
is for 90 in the 6-packs. So, like I said, it's going to be Yarborough. So, it'll be the bridge hand. It's, I think, 1 in 10 odds, I think. The Arch of Titus in the Forum in Rome commemorate which of his achievement? Parthian campaign, birth of his son, sacking Jerusalem, the Colosseum. That'd be sacking Jerusalem.
You think it's C? You have played a great game. You kept your nerve, you kept going against the odds, and you kept the answers coming no matter how hard it got. You are truly a marvelous competitor. So now you get to keep 1 million euros. Congratulations to you. You are the worthy winner of the million, the biggest prize on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
John Carpenter, number 355, my 6th for today, and my 6th in a row currently, so... That being said, thanks for watching. Remember, this was the sixth game of 19 I have to do for today.